Good morning, everyone. My name is Jigisha Patel, and today I will be talking about how to turn our quality management system into a competitive advantage. As Leah introduced me, my name is Jigisha Patel. I work with Spectrum Chemical Manufacturing. At Spectrum, we have over 200,000 different SKUs of chemicals, lab supplies, and equipments from over 250 different manufacturers. We serve over 120 different industries, and that also includes biopharmaceutical. As you can see on the screen, we are celebrating our 50 years anniversary this year. We have in-house lab testing capacities. We have a scientific documentation program. We follow GMPs, FDA registered, and all that good stuff. Let me switch to the presentation. Today, I'll be talking about 3 different examples to kick off our discussions. The first one I wanted to introduce here is a case where a parenteral drug manufacturer received a shipment of a sodium phosphate and a particle size was different. The customer is supposed to get a granular material, but it was a different particle size. And what happened because of that, the material was prone to clumping and absorbing moisture from the air. Customer did a full investigation with the supplier, and during investigation, it was concluded that product specification that the supplier and customer agreed upon never had a particle size as a part of a specification. So in this specific case, customer and the supplier spent a considerable amount of time from their QA team, operations team. So question to ask ourselves here as a biopharmaceutical customers or a manufacturer, that could there be a significant change in the particle size without a formal process change? And the second question we should ask ourselves is, did the supplier educate this customer prior establishing a specification that the product specification might change, our processes are not robust, or maybe it can change the granular from a powder form? The second example I wanted to talk about here is the buffer. So what happened in this case, that researchers observed a decrease in the cell growth, and during an investigation, it was coming out to a reagent that they were using, and this was a buffer and appeared to be a non-GMP buffer. So there were some changes happen in the production, but because this was a non-GMP product, the supplier did not communicate the full change to the end user, and customer had to suffer eventually, right? The third one, this is one of my favorite ones, supply chain transparency. As a customer or as a manufacturer, how transparent are we with our supply chain? What happened in 2008 is during the Beijing Olympics in China, certain products, that especially amino acids and some APIs, we were everywhere in the industry, we were facing an issue because of the shutdown in China. We were not able to backtrace the material because we didn't know what the original, who the manufacturer is or what the country of origin is. That was, I'm sure many of you remember this from 2008, right? So as we discussed these 3 examples, the question we need to ask ourselves, that we as a customer, do we know what we are getting? Product, process, change control. How do we manage our quality management system that can help us to grow a better business, better quality product? I have a poll question here. I will read this question to you, but I am asking your help to click on any of this that will apply, or if you have experience in your work days or with your experience. So question is, have you experienced issues with any of the following within the past 24 months? Check all that can apply, right? The first one is timely notification of change in the product or process by your supplier. Second one, supply chain transparency, batch to batch variability. Have you ever had issues with obtaining scientific documentation? Have you ever experienced micro failures, lack of supplier audit support from your suppliers, production delays due to any of the external factors? You picked any of the box above here, I think we can ask this question to ourselves. Are you a satisfied customer? So what happens when you are customer dissatisfaction happens when products don't meet our expectation as a supplier or as a customer. High quality product, it's just not only the product that is safe, right? A high quality product is also performs as expected, matches specification, and meets or exceeds customers' expectations. Some signs that product might not be living up to our expectations is a product return, customer complaint, negative product reviews, or low customer retention. So we as a buyer, when we place an order for our products, do we ask our suppliers that, have you ever had a return on the XYZ product? What's your customer complaint rate on this product? Do you have any negative product reviews? Or maybe we can go and check our suppliers' websites as well, right? So we also need to make sure that our suppliers are living up to our expectations as a customer. How can we eliminate unpredictability in our supply chain? We need to remember that what can go wrong will definitely go wrong. For example, CGMPs. In our daily talks with our suppliers or with our customers, GMP always comes up. We say we follow GMP, but at what level? GMP, as we all know, it's a very subjective topic. So what level of GMPs do we follow as a customer or as a supplier? Product or process quality assurance, hygienic practices, supplier product qualification, quality agreements, right? One of our favorite topic as an industry leaders. Quality agreements. If our suppliers are following full level of GMPs, then why are they not agreeing with our quality agreements at first times, right? How many times we have to have a back and forth, change the shelf life, we cannot meet your stability requirement, we cannot meet a specific product-specific requirement. So quality agreements are also most important. Training. How many times we have experienced a CAPA response where our supplier would say that a root cause of XYZ complaint was human related and it was a training issue. But how many times we are saying the same thing over and over? Are we actually training our people? If the training was conducted last time, then why are we having the same issue this time? Instrument calibrations, clean rooms. How clean our clean rooms are, right? We also have to ask this question to ourselves that if our clean rooms are actually clean, then why is the biggest industry-wide problem is finding a foreign particle in our APIs or excipients or any of the biopharmaceutical manufacturing products, cross-contamination, packaging material issues. Are we sure our suppliers are using the right packaging material that is maintaining our product stability? Product support, CAPAs, recalls, change control. We all need to try to work and eliminate this unpredictables from our supply chain. This slide, I took it from one of the popular social media where people were majority of the industry leader and people were talking about GMP auditing. And if we see this poll, about 30% of our industry leaders are saying that developing and maintaining an audit program is the biggest challenge. The second challenge we are seeing is measuring against the regulations and finding time to audit. About 50% of industry leaders are saying that it's hard to stick up on the audit schedule. So what happens if we get a supplier audit done by our suppliers and they provide us a full audit report? why can't our suppliers provide us a full audit report that says that we are living up to our expectations? Here is our GMP. We have 2 issues. We fixed it. But why is those audit reports are not open? So we also need to look into our supply chain transparency and relationship where our suppliers are open to us. We also want to have a full supply chain transparency. Where we get full testing of the product. We also want to see that our suppliers are following monograph requirements, any specific USP requirements. They are performing full in-house testing and just not taking the results from on their manufacturers or their distributors. We also want to make sure that our suppliers are providing us a full documentation support, packaging support, custom packaging. As we know, not everyone's rooms are equipped to bring a full pallet in it, right? So is our supplier providing you a small pack size or a larger pack size depending on our need? We also want to see that as an auditor, if it's not written, it didn't happen, right? If we remember when our auditors are auditing us, either FDA or customer audit, or we as a customer, when we go audit our suppliers, we are spending about 65 to 70% of our time on reviewing documentation. Is your supplier's documentation processes are up to date? Are they providing you full work instructions, SOPs, calibrations, CAPA reports, batch records? So when we look for our suppliers and when we want to turn our quality assurance program in a competitive advantage, we want to make sure that we are getting all this documentation that we required to build our quality system. We also want to make sure types of documentation they provide. We need product specifications, SDS, product flow chart, certificate of analysis, and all other documents that requires as per FDA, or sometimes we need our customer-specific documentation. So we need to make sure that we are getting this full package from our suppliers. A little bit about Spectrum. Spectrum has 3 different locations. We have a full-fledged lab testing capacities in New Brunswick, in California. We also have a facility in China. We do full instrumentation analysis on our products. BioCertified products we have from upstream to downstream. We have various amino acids, buffers, salts, sugars, vitamins, and cleaning process place solutions. In this slide, I wanted to talk about the quality assurance program. So what does a quality assurance program need? You need a full in-house GMP practices. You need a market ratio. You also want to provide a full documentation. That's what your customer need. You also want to support a cost management by managing your quality. One other thing I wanted to talk about is our biocertified product line. If you would like, please visit our spectrumchemical.com website /biocertified. In this white paper, we are talking about how to manage your supply chain, how to follow best practices in testing, purifications, current trends in reagents and equipment, of course, by managing costs, and how you provide retesting of raw materials and manage the shelf life. Questions. If you have any questions, you can ask us at this time. So the question is, what type of testing can Spectrum do? And is it always monograph testing, or can you do customized testing? Depending on the product. If the product is USP grade, for example, we do full USP monograph testing that is required by USP monograph. We can also add on top of the USP testing if you require us to do any specific testing. For example, if USP monograph do not call for a specific testing, let's say particle size, or let's say a specific micro, we can put those testing under customer specific requirements, and we can perform that testing. We use in-house methods if it's not a USP method, or sometimes we can also take customer's method. If you want us to use a specific test method, we can do that as well.
Okay, great. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and type them in, and we will pass those directly to Jigisha, and she can follow up with you after the webcast. So thank you for joining us, Jigisha, and thank you for the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
The recorded version of this webcast will be available for on-demand viewing on our website, and as a registered attendee, you will receive a follow-up email providing you with a direct link. We look forward to having you join us at future BioProcess International Ask the Expert webcasts. Look for those announcements in your inbox. Goodbye.